a scary little pitch right here.
Pine straw?
Dude, he could chip it in.
What do you think? It's harder on pine straw or sand?
Pine straw, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think they're so... Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, it is.
He could have hit that into the bunker super easy or off the side. I think sand, you can just... It's more dependable. They play out of it all the time.
Yeah.
Pine straw, you're sitting weird. The ball is literally suspended, so you can't rest your club or else it'll oscillate and move. Just becomes like
Oscillate.
like a slight oscillation.
That's a good word.
Oscillation.
2 L's, I think.
Oscillation, probably.
I don't know.
Honestly, we're gonna need one of you guys to figure that out for us, though, because we're here. This is the All In podcast. This is Paige and I's new podcast. This is episode 2, actually.
Yes, it is.
This is the same place where we filmed episode 1, but we now have 2 guests with us. 2 of the finest, really. Finest human beings, finest golfers. Are they fine at other things, Paige?
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah.
You know, whipping, rock hounding,
It's
comedy, pure comedy. Seriously, one of the funny, actually, both of them. Like, some of my hardest laughs on the disc golf course have been from both of them.
It's true.
I remember when I played with you at one of those skins something or anoters, and you were like, somebody got out the rangefinder, and they were like, "How far is this?" And Calvin's like, "Beep boop beep, too far for mid range."
Was that Vegas skins?
That's probably Vegas. Yeah, I think we played
It was
in
with
Vegas a
Sexton.
couple years
It
ago.
was so funny.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah, you guys are both characters, complete and utter characters. And you're also champions of the Jonesboro Open, which we happen to be at right now. 5th stop on the Pro Tour. Calvin's not throwing forehands. Kat is still Arkansas's gem, just the pride and joy of. So what do you got coming into this week? You're intimidating right now.
Dude, everybody expects me to throw well. Right? I don't even care.
Hell
Just
yeah.
leave me alone with your ideas of what you think I am.
Yeah, isn't
And
that funny?
A little bit. Sometimes I read comments and they're just like, dude, she can't even throw it farther than I can. I don't understand.
Yeah,
She needs to swing it through.
yeah,
I'm like, go home.
yeah.
No doubt.
Honestly, I feel like that's one of the hardest parts of like just being a human in this time frame is like other people's expectations of like what we should do, what we could do, what we haven't done, you
Yeah.
know, all that. It's like,
Yeah.
Well, you have like a microscope on
Yeah.
you at all times. People are watching you live and grow as a
Mhm.
human being, and it's sickening sometimes just how many details people know about
Yeah.
my life that I don't even want them to know.
Yeah.
They're just like, "Hey, man, I know you've been having a hard time, dealing with your dad and stuff." I'm like, "How do you know
yeah.
about these things?"
But so then how do you find the balance? Because like that's all of us, right? Like
Yeah.
our job is to play well on disc golf course. Number 1. Number 2, it's to sell like our tour series and
Yeah.
stuff, right? And like the way you sell the tour series is to be like to have connections with the viewers and stuff. Like, so how do you build that? Like, what is your secret to like building that, but still having some like intimate things that are just you and your family and your loved ones, you know?
It's like a fine line,
Yeah.
man. You just gotta like make time. It always feels like you don't have time, but really, if you sit down and start making blocks of time and go by a schedule, you can do it pretty well.
Yeah.
We
This-
waste a lot of time.
We waste a lot, but we also don't have a lot of time to like waste.
100.
Yeah,
Especially if you're playing every week.
every
How many
weekend.
weeks are you taking off this year?
Me?
Yeah,
I mean, the only event I missed was Waco.
so far this
So.
year.
We were talking about in our last one, people are on the course every single day. You're on the course every single day.
Yeah.
Is anybody on the course more than you?
That you see, like when you play, who do you always see?
You see Owen a lot. Trying to think who else. I don't know.
Lisa Fakis.
People come and
Lisa-
go too,
Lisa
you know?
Fakis
Yeah, I think
is
some
the-
people kind of have their events where they're out there more than others, but I don't know. I know there were times last year where I saw Kristen a ton,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I definitely am out there a lot.
Yeah.
I definitely kind of know who is and who isn't
you
practicing.
exactly know.
But I don't know. I think that's kind of what it takes, though, these days. At least for me,
Totally.
to feel confident on the course, I just have
Yeah.
to really
And
get
just
out there
comfortable.
and get
Yeah.
comfortable with the
Yeah,
whole course. So
Right.
it just involves spending a lot of time out there.
yeah,
Yeah.
But it's a job.
Yeah. You feel like there's more homework when you're backhand only?
Yeah, I think there's definitely more homework because it's there's more places I can't end up on the course now.
Yeah.
It's like pretty much all left side woods are an instant pitch out.
Yeah.
So it's like now you have to kind of adjust your plays to never end up there.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and it's just room for error is a little less.
I feel like though, to counter that, like sometimes there's less shots to choose from. So you're like not like in between shots as much. Like Kat, I remember last year, 2 years ago,
One of these years.
well, we played together at Portland Open and you threw that nasty cut roller on like hole 16.
Yeah.
She par 4, like
It was
you
Beaver
go
State,
through the
right?
first
Yeah, it was
gap.
Beaver State.
Yeah.
No, I didn't play Beaver State. It was Portland Open. It was at Glendevere for sure.
Okay.
It was like hole 16, I think, I want to say. It was late in the course.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
You had like an 80-foot look on that par 4
For
with the
eagle.
cut roller.
Yeah, dude.
But my point is, like, you're getting these new shots in your bag.
Yeah.
Like, the more shots you have in your bag, the more decisions you have to choose from. And like,
Mhm.
sometimes I find for me that makes it harder. So like, if I'm only throwing backhand, like, which I mostly am, like James and I, and like a few others, like mostly backhand players, we're not really tempted by these like sidearms or grenades or whatever else. Like, sometimes it's like simple,
To not be tempted.
more simple.
Yeah.
Right. It can be.
Yeah, you definitely have less options, but then it's also like sometimes there is no way out of a situation.
Yeah.
Did you feel like at chess.com that you were tempted to throw forehands or like thinking about missed opportunities because of no forehand? More
Well, I
than you were
did
in
throw
these
some
last two?
forehands out there,
Oh, okay.
and like they didn't feel great. I didn't throw them well either,
Interesting.
and like I think it just got me in more trouble
Gotcha.
than it was even worth.
Yeah.
And I hadn't really gone into that event like I hadn't really been throwing them, but I also hadn't really been thinking about breaking a course down without them.
Yeah.
Like I was still trying to play the same way as I had been before, and yeah, it didn't work out. So, but yeah, I think I don't know. I would rather have a forehand. Like I think it's like
Yeah.
like
yeah, it's definitely
like
useful.
there's so many times where like it's not like I need it a ton, but it's like you end up a little off where you want to be, and that is the way you get yourself out of trouble. Like that is the solution.
Oh,
And like so it's like now it's like yeah, I can still probably say par, but like you know, I can't like scramble for a crazy birdie
Yeah.
by like reaching out of the woods and
Especially
Ripping on.
scrambling. You
Yeah.
have to be able to go out both
Yeah.
sides of your
Yeah.
body.
yeah.
You
So
got
you
that
lose
patent
out on
pending
that.
lefty down or what? are you talking about?
Haven't figured out the patent pending lefty. My lefty, it's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly.
Is it
but,
developing though?
Yeah, I think we might be 700 something rated
Okay.
as a lefty. Although I did park the little island hole here at Jonesboro.
Did you?
with lefty.
Let's go.
Made the
What?
putt too.
What'd you throw?
A destroyer.
Destroyer?
Yeah, my
Let's go.
flippiest destroyer.
Let's go.
Ripped it out there.
All day, dude.
Yeah.
Man, I've been seeing Eagle just ripping lefties.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
he's pretty freakish with it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like
I've talked to him about that.
stand-ups and stuff. You talked to him about
I've talked to him about it. Like he's like pretty confident in like just the hyzer angle.
Yeah.
Like with the stand-ups, I think he's a little more hesitant.
Okay.
But like he feels pretty good with that.
You
Pure
and Eagle
hazards.
have like a closer relationship? I didn't really know that too much.
No,
No.
we're not that close,
Yeah.
but occasionally I see him. I
Yeah.
get a chance to talk to
Yeah.
him. But we're not that close. I think I'm trying to remember where I saw him last.
Is
Maybe
this-
US Women's.
Okay. Oh yeah, he was at US Women's.
Is
Yeah.
Rotana
That was
playing?
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rotana played. He was caddying for Rotana all week.
Nice.
And he was actually warming up with her, throwing some lefties back to her.
Oh,
like
okay.
I saw him in the practice field. Yeah,
His
it's
first
cool.
event will be Champions Cup, I guess. Then
Yeah.
it's crazy
First
not
Music
having
Music
him
City,
here.
I think.
Oh, really?
I think it's Music
Okay.
City.
Speculation on the Eagle.
Speculation.
We're
Yeah.
all waiting. I mean,
First event back being a major is pretty tough. I feel like on the FPO side, Sai did that. At
Oh,
chess.com, we
yeah.
were all kind of like wondering where Sai was. She had a good breakout, like not breakout year, but like the year before she killed it.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's Sai at? And then I remember looking it up and her first event was US Women's, which was a major. She actually she was on coverage. Like she was on lead or chase for a little bit there, but,
yeah,
and then at Houston, obviously.
that FPO field is stacked right now.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember a time in disc golf when there's been more people playing good golf in
Yeah.
the FPO field.
Well, there's just more people playing. And I think at any given moment, anyone that has earned a right on the Pro Tour or has a tour card is capable of shooting the hot round.
Mhm.
It's just who's consistent enough to shoot it 3 times,
Mhm.
you know? So like seeing someone on coverage, I feel like is more like it's a wider spectrum because we had 100 women at FPO or at US Women's. That was awesome.
Super cool.
Like,
Pretty sick, man.
Yeah.
after first round, I was in like almost around 80th. I played with some killer players on that like 3rd, 4th, 5th to last card.
Yeah.
I played with some killers.
The drama's already getting good in y'all's division. I can't wait to see where it goes from here. Incredible. The
Yeah.
Europeans as confident as ever.
Haiti.
Yeah, Haiti, super good. We've got the youngsters too.
Silva.
Silva, the youngster. Yeah.
Silva is so good.
Her
Yeah.
putting is
Stand still from deep.
And she
right?
means business. Like you try to talk to
Yeah.
her during the round, no talking.
I tried to talk to her yesterday. Yeah.
No talking. Yeah, some of it's like a language barrier, but
For sure, but,
she's
yeah.
there for one purpose.
Yeah.
Like
she's really
Yeah.
sweet. I met another European,
Yene?
Katarina.
Oh.
Katarina.
oh yeah.
Katarina.
What country is she from?
Norway.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Super sweet, very talkative.
Yeah.
And she's an engineer
Okay.
who lives in LA, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, she's dope and she can whip it.
Cool.
You know about this? A
Mm-mm.
fellow engineer and disc golfer.
Big brain.
Haven't met her.
You guys got to engineer
Interesting.
some shit. You know what I want to see? And what we can cuss on this podcast. We haven't decided that. Can we?
Of course. Of
Mom.
course.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, something about engineering. I want a device like a Bushnell, same little handheld thing in your bag, but you get it out, you hit a button, it tells you 15 miles an hour northeast wind.
Oh.
Like,
Ooh,
come
a
on,
wind
Calvin,
reader.
hit that.
I'm sure
The
there is like a
handles.
handheld something or other.
Yeah,
that
but
does
make
that.
it a disc golf wise and like,
Just brand it.
That's a
And-
market that
yeah.
could be
It's like a
tapped for
conflict
sure.
of interest because I'm pretty anti-technology
Oh,
in
are
disc
you?
golf. So
Oh.
I hate the rangefinders.
yeah. Why? Do you think
Interesting.
it adds too much time or are you just like, you should know
Yeah,
what
there's
to-
just a waste of time, like watching people range things. And then also I think that's just kind of part of like, I think that's what we're supposed to be doing when we're practicing. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
like part of
Yeah.
getting out to the course and learning it. Like,
yeah.
You see someone range find like a 35-foot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have you
like,
seen people
come
on
on,
like the
yeah.
green range finding these
Yeah.
days? And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not that good to
Yeah.
like really know the exact difference between a 55 and a 65 footer. Like,
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I feel that
You're taking the
sometimes
feel
too.
out of it too.
Yeah. yeah. So I don't know. I think
What about headphones?
I'm anti-headphones. I think those are probably some kind of advantage. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not
100%.
advantage. Maybe not advantage, but I think it's like there becomes a point sometimes where you see people with headphones
Yeah.
that you can't communicate with them on the card. And then it's like becoming like you may need to tell them something or get
Yeah.
their score. And then they're not
They're just
hearing you. And now
bobbing
you have to go out of your way to get the score.
Totally.
And it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, now I'm getting inconvenienced by my card
Yeah.
night. And
I used to use headphones. Last year I used headphones exclusively.
Oh, that's
I only
right.
used one.
Right.
So that
Yeah.
because that's the number one thing I thought is courtesy. Like you have to be involved in the conversations.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, I felt like I wasn't attentive always, but I did feel I had an advantage because
Yeah.
You were in a better state.
I was in a way better state of mind. Like
Yeah.
I would hit first available and my favorite song would come on and I'd just be like,
Yeah.
okay,
yeah.
no worries. Like
Music has the ability to change your mood.
totally.
Big time.
Yeah.
Totally. But
Positive
in
or
that
negative.
same thing,
Yeah.
I definitely think the rangefinder helps. Even if you already know this is around 300 feet, just that assurance of like,
For sure.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, but advantages are weird. You know, it's like, does Gannon have and Calvin? Because look at this arm. Look at
Yeah.
this arm. Like, at what point do we, like, I don't know, the advantage thing is weird. And that comes up a lot in the transgender thing too. It's like advantage, but it's like, at what point does an advantage like actually,
Is it
can
measurable?
we control that? Is it measurable? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I just think generally in sport, like you watch sports, like all other sports, and you're just not seeing technology
Yeah.
everywhere. Like it's really just like whether it's two different competitors competing against each other, or it's like our sport where it's really just you against the course. Like it's generally person versus something,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's not like aided by a bunch of different things. And maybe that's wrong. Like I don't.
Football with the headset, the coach to the quarterback.
Yeah, they
And
do.
like they're
They do.
running, like you see, Cowboys fan, don't hate me. Like you see Dak Prescott after he does his offensive drive, he goes back when the defense is on the field.
Mhm.
He's studying that tablet, you know. So there are,
For sure.
but,
But he's not on the field when he's doing that. The only
yeah.
technology I guess they have is they do have the earpiece.
They wear earpieces in football?
The quarterback.
Quarterback does.
One defensive
The
player.
coach, the coaches call him a play than the quarterback.
No, dude. They
You
can't
know
be
about
doing
this?
Heck no, bro.
That's only going on for a while.
Come on now. That can't be happening. They need to be good.
The signs.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, they
bring that
also,
back.
I wonder about this because we have so many technology problems, like, you know, service goes, or the DGN goes down, whatever. Like, I wonder how often that goes out. And because you also see the stuff on their arm where they
the
have the
little
plays on
playbooks.
there.
Yeah.
I wonder how often
It does
that
happen
takes account.
sometimes.
Yeah.
And there's occasions when like the signs are being stolen or whatever.
What do you mean?
Well, like
The
Yeah.
signs, the T signs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
he's talking about football.
I'm talking about football.
What do you mean
Oh.
the signs are stolen?
They'll
What do you
like
mean?
they'll like
Like
sign
the
in
big
plays. Like there'll be like hand motions or like
Oh.
like
Oh.
they'll like
the
sign in a play
Patriots
call.
Sent somebody to their opponent's games to videotape the coaches on the sideline a couple years ago. That
and
was
they
a thing.
just know what their plays are.
Yeah.
I always wonder that from players that used to be on the Patriots, now they change and they have to
Yeah,
redo
they
their
do.
plays every
Well,
offseason.
I think that they probably changed the way that they call them a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, but not entirely. Those players then do have experience against that former
Yeah.
team. That's how it works. You
Yeah.
get the lowdown and you hear from your guy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's very different in our game.
Very different.
But we're watching golf right here. The Masters is on.
I've been sucked into it the whole time.
They're not allowed to have a phone. The only thing they can have is a pager, and it's only in like extreme cases when like your wife's pregnant or something like
Well,
that.
they can even have a phone.
No phones.
That's awesome.
I'm on that page too with no phones. Like
yeah.
I am paper scorecard.
Yes.
I don't want to have the rule book on my phone. I don't want to have my phone for anything. Like
It's
It's
a
a
great
huge
distraction in a game that's meant to be you versus the course in your
Tuned in,
mind. And
yeah.
it's in tune. I think that Calvin's probably onto something with the technology, in
Yeah.
my opinion. What do you guys think? Let us know below. Rangefinders, headphones. What else do we do?
I mean phones are
anything with batteries,
I
basically.
mean, we all seem to be on the same page with this. I wonder
Pacemakers.
why.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
All right.
We're inclusive here. If you need
Now
that,
turn it off
Your
for the
heart.
round.
Best
Don't
of
let your
luck
heart
to
rate
you.
get up.
Yeah, don't get mad. No bogeys.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, like pacemakers just makes me feel like something we did want to talk to both of y'all about too today was like the age, you know, it's like a huge topic going on in disc golf is like the younger generation coming up versus the veterans and the older players. And like specifically for you, Calvin, like how old are you again?
I'm 28.
28.
28.
We were talking on the last episode that you weren't even 30 yet. And like how you were kind of like this weird age range where you're the number one player in the world. You have been for, you know, do you think you've hit your peak? Like, are you at your prime? And like, or do you think that, like, do you think you're one of the up and comers and you haven't reached your prime yet? Or do you think you're at your prime and these guys are coming up to your level?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always room to improve, but I don't think I'm like still like an up and comer. I think like as soon as you win something or like you're starting to like podium a bunch, I no longer really think of you as like a up and comer. I think you've kind of established yourself.
Yeah, no, that's,
onto
and
it,
I don't mean up and comer. I just mean like,
yeah. But do I think I have more to learn? Yeah, I mean, I'm still learning stuff right now. As you know, I'm only throwing backhands. I'm figuring out shots that I never had to work on. So it's like one of those things. It's like if I can get the forehand back, it's like I will have more shots at my disposal and hopefully be better. But yeah, I do think as a whole in disc golf, there are a lot of people that are, you know, coming up and getting better. You know, there's more money involved, and as more money gets involved, I think people tend to take it a little more seriously and put a little more time into, you know.
But you
job.
think you're right there with them, like still going up as well.
Yeah, I hope so.
That's,
Certainly
I mean,
trying.
from our perspective, we definitely feel that. So, and it's like, we're talking how scary it is that you're only 28.
Yeah, and if
know?
you bring
And
that
like,
forehand back in with all the new backhand angles that you can hit, and that's scary.
And then Kat, what are you, 24?
22.
22?
I just turned 22 this year.
Oh,
22 years old.
Yeah.
Just a youngster.
You guys have no idea what's coming when I get older.
Hell yeah.
How old are we talking?
Just watch.
Okay.
It'll be a surprise.
How many more years do you think you need to fine tune what you got going on?
It just depends.
Yeah.
I think probably like 2 or something.
Yeah.
But it really, I need to make the decision in my mind. I'm so beyond just comprehension mentally.
Yeah.
Dude, it's wicked.
Trying to figure out the world too. At
Trying to
22,
figure out the world. I got the whole world watching me under a microscope, watching me grow up. That's weird, but I think I am going to be the very best disc golfer in the world. My name will ring through history, just like yours and just like yours.
And you believe that, right?
Absolutely.
Good.
I believe it too.
That's the first step.
I honestly
really feel
do.
it.
Yeah,
I really feel
you got
it.
game, and your putting's fire. I know you've been talking a little S on it lately, but
It's so stinky sometimes, dude. In the cage, bro. If it gets any type of windy, it's I don't know.
You're one of the best putters in the class though, because you see, I mean, half your field walk up to a 15-footer and stand there for like the full 30 and some.
No, you know what I think Kat has a huge advantage on too is when you step onto a disc golf course, I feel like you know that's where you belong.
Absolutely.
Like, you feel comfortable, you feel at home. You like, you know, when you see your friend on the disc golf course from 3 fairways away, you can see their form and you know how well they're playing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you have a different walk when you're on a disc golf course than when you're in life. And that's because like, that's where you're supposed to be.
And you're correct about that. I go into a different mindset. Nico would sit there and try and ask me stuff about how I'm playing. And I'm just like, I don't even remember. Because I'm in a different state of mind. I'm a different person. Just different.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
That's amazing.
Truly happy. Not a care in the world.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the disc to fly.
That'd be the place I tried to stay then.
Yeah.
That sounds like a happy place.
It's bliss, bro.
Is it?
It's a natural high.
That's
Just
great.
dude.
How do you cope with the rest of the time then?
Well, hard. I'm definitely processing a lot of trauma that I'm now realizing. Like I've grown up and I've looked back on my childhood and I've gone through some heavy realizations that a lot of the pain that I felt was never my fault. So I'm learning a lot about myself outside of disc golf. But when I come into disc golf, I get to leave all that behind and just become a different person.
Are you learning any of that because of disc golf?
With my temper, yeah.
Yeah.
My temper and my focus and my sleeping patterns and eating patterns. My life revolves around disc golf. So the better that I live my life, the better I play at disc golf.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
You ever play with anyone that's younger than you as a 22-year-old?
Like
how often?
Not very often.
Silva's 20, I want to say.
Yeah, she's 20.
Who is?
Silva.
Oh yeah.
And
Silva.
Emily Weatherman just turned 18.
Oh, yeah.
Like we got
Yo,
some young
she's got
guns.
some game.
Doesn't she now?
I was watching her at the
Yeah.
last
I played with her
event.
at US Women's for my first
really
time.
good putt.
Yeah.
Direct, aggressive.
And
putt.
she
likes
she
it.
wants it, you
Really?
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Everybody
I
wants
noticed the most. Like, you know, some players like, wow, that's putt. Wow, that sidearm. Like for me, I was like, wow, every time she gets that disc in her hand, she's trying to make it, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to play with her 2 weeks ago. It was-
She's dope.
Yeah.
You see
Super
that
sweet.
passion. Is there anybody else in the field that really pops out that you got coming up that you compete against? I know you mentioned today that.
Holland, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Holland's the best
Holland's
thrower of
a
disc.
She's a
beast.
benchmark for you
I've been
guys
saying
right now.
this.
Yeah.
Holland is the best thrower, female thrower
Yeah.
of the disc.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Not even close right now.
Oh, I feel like
She knows so
Evelina
much
is
about
Sidearm
gotta-
and backhand.
got to be in the conversation a little bit.
Yeah.
Evelina?
Yeah, I
She
think
might not be
Evelina
better,
would be
but-
second. I think I would agree. Evelina would be second. But I
She-
do think Holland, like if we're doing 100 points
Yeah.
for Holland,
Yeah.
I would put Evelina maybe 90.
Yeah.
Like she's
Yeah.
I think that's fair. What Holland can do right now is incredible. What's holding her back in your mind then?
Maybe just the mental. You know,
Unfortunately,
Like, which
like-
part about it? Because
Just putting a lot of pressure on herself, dude. 'Cause,
I think
mean,
knowing how good she is and knowing
Yeah.
it hasn't happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
the
it's-
AB syndrome to a
And
degree
like,
then?
you know, she won throw pink, but there was like that controversy and that sits on her too, you know?
Yeah.
She knows she did the right thing in her card and everything, but with, like you said, you're under a microscope and people, you know, so she talks about that all the time that she still hasn't got her win yet, you
The
know?
true win.
Interesting.
She counts it, you know? I hang and play with Holland a lot. Unfortunately, I haven't played with her many tournament rounds lately, so I don't know what's holding her back in tournaments, but I would honestly maybe say it's kind of part of that thing where she has every shot, so she's maybe not making the right decisions at certain points.
If anything, that's
Maybe,
what I
yeah.
see.
That could make
I
sense.
just see a little bit of decision making.
Yeah.
In that big moment, maybe not going for the gusto. And just like, she can throw her mid-range so far, and she can play the easy forehand so simply.
And she's got the stand-up, she's got the force over, she's got flat on both sidearm and backhand.
Sidearm angles so nice.
Sidearm,
so she's the benchmark for you guys then.
No, for Kristen is.
It's different things. Consistency, Kristen, 100%. Like
I can outdrive her, but she throws it just straight
every time she's in the fairway.
In the fairway, circle in your face. It is no problem for me.
She doesn't look like that.
I know.
No, she absolutely most consistent player we've probably ever seen, besides like Valerie Doss comes to mind. Like Val did not bogey. Did you ever get to play with Val?
Never saw her play.
Dude, you missed a generation.
Like, dude.
Val never bogeyed.
Really?
No OBs. Like if she bogeyed, it's because she maybe had a weird little putt come out.
Yeah.
Like she's not going OB. And I feel similar to Kristen, but as far as like, I want my disc to come out of my hand like that.
Yeah.
Like Holland's.
She aced on skins the other day.
She did, dude.
Yeah, Kat was at that.
She did.
When you guys...
Oh, wait, she did my Fierce. She posted a video.
Oh, yeah. The dyed one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a sick shot.
Yeah, it was dope.
The moment before that, though, was the one that really goosed me up. I got the goosies instantly.
What
when
happened
you and
before?
Holland circles edge, I think there's like $3,000 on the line, maybe $3,000 on this putt.
Yeah, something like that.
Because we were playing for like 7 that day, and it's circles edger, Kat, Holland. You can't tell which one's closer, and Kat's just like, I got this, and steps up to it and jams it.
Let's go.
So I'm thinking to myself, like, that's
go put the pressure on, dude.
Like, Kat just stole that right there.
And then Holland just
throws it in, and then turns before it goes in and starts doing the dikembe.
Yeah.
It was like instant goosies.
Yeah, dude.
I love that. That's something I think Holland and Ella both have, where they've come up in team sports and they're right there razzing you, know.
Oh, yeah.
The moment's not
dude,
too
the
big.
camaraderie is just beautiful.
Who do you got in MPO that's like just throwing the disc incredible, or like you love playing with, vibing with?
I mean, throwing the disc incredible. It's always been like Anthony. You know, you watch him, he's always had distance, backhand, forehand, could always do it. He just never, it's kind of like what you're talking about with Holland. He just had never in the past put a tournament all the way together.
Yeah.
And like, you can be the best thrower and not win. Because it's like, in the end, we're playing a different game out there. It's not about how, like, obviously you have to have the skills, but like, you can watch people break down courses in really kind of ugly ways. Like you don't have to look beautiful out there and in order to win. So it's just like Anthony definitely comes to mind as far as like people that are like Holland that just throw the disc incredible.
And you were talking about Rand and Lotta, right?
I like Randon.
Yeah.
As a kid, as a character, I want the best for that dude.
Yeah.
I've known him since he was little.
Yeah, Donnie and Vinny. Vinny and Donnie.
Yeah. You have too, right? You and Randon.
Around that, maybe like 2015, somewhere in there, 2014.
Yeah, you guys are similar in age.
Yeah.
I feel like. And he was good when he was young, right?
Yeah.
He was playing. I don't know when he started, but I remember when he was just like a little dude.
Yeah.
He's in the pound for pound longest throwers on the planet.
Yeah. He can rip a disc.
So far.
I think he's like I don't know the numbers out here, but that one par 4 across the ditch out there, it's like hole, what is it now? It might be hole like 7 now. Yeah, no one knows what the numbers are on the course.
Yeah, they confuse us all.
The old hole would be like 12, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, yeah, the par 4.
I think he might have two'd that.
Oh, that one.
Oh,
I think he's
on the hillside.
Yeah.
Busted around the tree and putted it in.
Yeah, with a putt.
Wow.
Yeah, Ezra threw one of those on skins like to pin high right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have yet to throw that drive in bounds this week, which I'm not too worried about.
Today was pretty rough. Today was like a ripping headwind.
Yeah,
it was tough to get across.
Yeah.
It took a rip.
It's not that much easier on the other side of the ditch, really, if you think about it. Like, you can still bring a shot in at the same
And it makes you
angles.
feel worse when you shank the upshot, like you leave it short up by that tree. And you're just like,
You got the downhill 60-footer.
Do I run this 45-footer that I know is going to roll?
So far.
Yes.
That's a treacherous
Yes,
one.
I always do.
Yeah. You leave that upshot short and you're across the ditch, you're already mad.
Yeah.
Like,
You have to.
You're running it.
Really
Or at least
hard.
I am. I walk up to that one, I'm like, you're running this now. You put yourself in this situation.
You laid this bed.
Yeah.
Made this bed, now laying it.
Uh-huh. I always think it's funny when, like, if I'm watching the men's coverage,
Mm-hmm.
like, the commentators are talking about, like, oh, they shouldn't run this. Oh, nothing good is going to happen. It's like, Calvin's the best player in the
And I
world.
feel
like,
like
you got to make this putt.
The
Like,
people that commentate grew up at a time when you didn't have
yeah,
to run
true. That's true.
it. And you have to run everything.
You
nowadays.
have to. Like, players are shooting 18 under par.
While you're making your coffee in the morning, you're just like, I'm running everything. So you wake up and decide, honestly.
Pretty much. I mean,
In our field,
yeah. I mean, anything it's like 45 and in, it's like definitely.
You have
You
to
start
run
to
it,
you start
yeah.
to get a little farther away, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
if it's a dangerous green, maybe not, but
about 45 and in.
still want to toss it up there.
Yeah.
What do you think that distance is for us, Kat? 30 and in? You can't be laying up a 33-footer, correct?
No, you
Yeah.
can't be laying up like a 35-footer, bro.
Yeah.
You can't be laying that
Yeah.
up. You
Yeah.
got to put it in there or go home.
Circle 2, I feel like 95% of the time you have to run it. Like,
Yeah.
there's a couple situations where maybe not, but like,
If it's like super windy or a bad green or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
The way that Kristen's
Get up.
putting from circle 2, the way that Owen's putting from
it's just
circle
dead
2,
center in the solid. in
you'll
the
be
basket.
playing for third if you don't
No,
start
totally.
running them and hitting them.
Totally.
You know? Which,
Hi, Toby.
Yeah, Owen's putt's crazy.
it's
All right, we made you
unbelievable.
guys bring your favorite discs. You want to show
Yeah,
them off?
let's do that part. Yeah. Let's go.
This is something we're going to implement on this episode
Yeah.
or on this podcast is we want to see what your favorite disc is at the moment and not just, hey, a champion eagle. We want the exact one.
Mm.
We want to see your eyes light up when you're talking about it. We want you to tell us like what types of shots you're throwing for it and how it's like
Like,
reacting out
this
of your hand.
week, like what lines are
Yeah.
you putting
Like
it
what
on?
holes are we going to see this thing on?
This week,
Yeah.
this disc, I could come out on a bunch of holes, but first hole you'll see it on is hole 2. This disc, it's one of my champion eagles. I would say it's like stable. Like it's very straight. Like throw it on a little hyzer, it will pop up and maybe fade a little. Throw it flat, it might turn a little, but then come back. So it's like very neutral in the middle. So,
How long has it been in the bag?
good question. It's hard to know.
Right.
But
But that was the
this
one that
one-
was like bright pink last year that I was seeing. It was the freshie almost.
this one might have been a freshie last year.
Yeah.
I would probably no longer than a year.
Mhm.
But yeah, for sure on hole 2, maybe on hole. God, the numbers are so weird now. Really got to think.
5 times more or less than that. You throwing it this week off the tee.
Off the tee, I would say probably less on this course.
Okay.
Probably less than 5, but it's possible that it'll come out on some
Are you throwing it on old 10?
old 10. Yep, I'll throw it on
The
old
par
10.
3 with
Yeah.
the log? The hole
Yeah.
that Cat won. on.
Yeah, the
Yep,
whole
throw it on
one.
old 10.
Hole 1 now.
Oh, wait.
or-
No.
Oh no! Oh! I hear what you're saying. Yes, the
Yeah.
hole that she won on. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably very possible on the tee shot on old 18.
Mm.
What is now, I guess, 10 maybe.
hmm
I think that's 10 now.
I'm just noticing this. Both of you guys have your actual names on the front of your discs right now, which is
I do too.
Yeah, man.
well.
Oh.
I was going to say it was quite rare.
What?
You don't see
Really?
people mark like the front of their
Yeah, a
disc
lot
with
of
their
people
name
do
off anymore.
rims or they do under,
Yeah.
but I've
Under.
always kind of done the front. But that
Yeah.
kind of came from in the past. You know, I got mad when people would steal my disc and you'd get your disc back and it would be etched
Yeah.
off in the
Yeah.
rim. So I
Yeah.
just started putting it on the front. I was like, you want to etch it out? You can see the Sharpie mark on
Yeah.
the front.
That's a good call.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I get people like, be like, oh, your name's on your disc all the time. It's like, it's front and center. It's
Yeah.
front and center. It's
Yeah.
How
But-
many of those do you have?
these, not a ton of the pink ones left. I probably maybe have like 6 that are new, but I have a bunch that are beat into different
You have
stages.
6 brand new.
Yeah,
so-
but then I got probably like
He's
another
ready.
45 or 50 that are red. So
Oh, really?
they're like a deep red maroon. They're basically the same. So
Oh,
I'm
you
pretty
got
set
years
on
left.
Eagles for
Yeah,
a while. It takes a long time for these to.
forever.
But if you went to the factory tomorrow, you'd still get more eagles, right?
Honestly, probably not.
No.
I probably wouldn't get any like Eagles. Like I honestly don't really need them, and I don't know. I haven't really felt Eagles that I've really loved in a while.
Okay.
So
So these, you know what
Yeah.
year these came from?
He knows what he likes.
yeah, they
Feels
I think they
nice.
came out around maybe like 2013 or 14.
Okay.
Did you start throwing them new that year?
Yeah, I think I got I got a couple of them. I was looking for something that was kind of bridge the gap between like my Firebird and my T-Birds. Like I only threw T-Birds back then. And Charlie Goodpasture, he gave me one of these.
Really?
And I ended up getting a couple of those off of him and figured out I really liked them and ended up started cycling Eagles. And now I really like
The
T-Birds.
rest is
in the bag.
history.
Yeah.
11 years later.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't even think you threw T-Birds. No,
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
anymore.
You said
No.
that green
Okay.
T-bird.
I had a green one in the bag for a long time, kind of my understable.
Here's your flipping guy.
Yep, get out of trouble disc, but
Yeah.
I haven't had that one in the bag in a minute, so no T-Birds right now.
Well, we didn't intend it to be this way, but we have 2 Innova players with us today. So, Miss Mertsch, what do you have going on
Show
there?
and tell. Show and tell.
Besmirch us, Miss Mertsch.
Color Go champion Thunderbird. I just like to throw this hard and straight, and then it fades.
You have multiple glow Thunderbirds.
Yeah, dude. So what started my Thunderbird roar is I got this one Thunderbird from Yeti in Little Rock when he came and did a clinic, and I went to his clinic and I bought this disc from him, and it never ever acted like a Thunderbird. So I thought all Thunderbirds were like flippy. So when I got into it more, I realized that I had like something special. But I really enjoy the compliment.
So
of
that
the more
flippy one
stable
is that one you were talking about that you got from Yeti
Yeah,
back in the day?
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's wicked.
Yeah, you see her throw the glow Thunderbirds all over the place. It's like your preferred
It is.
fairway finding driver.
Yeah, because it keeps me out of trouble. Like I feel like sometimes I would prefer to throw this over a Destroyer in some aspects because the Destroyer could get me into more trouble. When this it just stays a little bit more straighter.
Show us your grip,
good.
if you don't mind.
Well, power grip.
You're messing with power grip too. We played a practice round yesterday, and Luke was saying like, you know,
yeah. I'm
everyone's messing with
you
power
not
grip.
power
I
grip?
don't power grip actually.
You don't power grip?
No, I
fan
don't.
grip?
I never do. I always feel like I have grip lock issues. I have grip lock issues no matter what, unfortunately.
No.
Right now, I'm getting through it.
It'll
But
bust.
yeah, I could just kind of do like it's close to the rim, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Pointer fingers tucked, but the other 3.
yeah. And same on my putt, I just put my finger up.
Yeah.
Well, actually, those came out a little bit, didn't they? But that's my putt. That's
Are you power gripping that mostly, Calvin?
Yeah, all fairways and distance drivers
Yeah.
are like this.
you don't gotta mess with that.
I do occasionally if I want to like take off of one of them, but I still kind of want to throw it. I will fan grip them occasionally. That's like my weird little fan grip.
I never fan grip.
You never fan grip?
Never ever.
Okay.
I'm just a
chilling.
grip it, rip it kind
It
of
feels
deal,
like
dude.
the younger generation is just like a power grip everything.
Well, yeah, because that's what
Get
the
max
videos were
spin.
telling you.
Yeah.
Like that, I feel like that's where my generation comes out from. Because when I was like 14, 15, Paige was like the shit. Every time you watch the tournament, Paige is in first, just bombing defenders down the fairway, just boom, 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 and power grip.
But little did you know I wasn't power gripping.
Sickening, dude. But all the videos I watched, they were like, "You grip it,
Just hold on
do
to
that, bam,
it.
there you go." Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you said all the men are like messing with the power, like
Rick and I
working
were
with
having a conversation. We played twice in Houston. He doesn't power grip. He's been fanning his entire career, but he's starting to do it. I'm like turning 37 next week, and I can see that I'm getting more power, more spin with the power grip. It started with a conversation I had with Simon last year on skins. You can listen to this conversation at D-Glow. He told me I'd get 15% more distance.
Really?
Told me I could get 10% to 15% more power / distance, whatever that means. And immediately I've started to notice it. Jake Hebenheimer, amazing thrower of the disc. He tells me that my nose angle is better already. It's not like this like little nose up hyzer or whatever I'm doing.
It's like
a penetrating line. It's making a smaller hole. It feels like I just feel like I could reach more stuff.
Yeah.
Why not try and get better at this point?
Totally.
Yeah. What's your disc, Paige?
Mine is a Fly Dye Passion. I love the Passion, like favorite disc, but the Fly Dye ones came out a little bit more overstable. So like if I am feeling like my grip is everywhere or I don't want that stable finish, like this is just like I can hit this one a little harder than my other Passions, and it still gets that little bit of like filter out. but it'll hold like a lot more torque than like the stock ones or the ESP. So I've been really, really liking this Fly Dye one. And like, yeah, if I'm just like not feeling as confident with my drivers off the tee, I'm just clubbing up to this one.
I've seen
And I'm throwing it sidearm too. Like it handles like a nice bit of pop on a sidearm hyzer. So I've been loving this as like just like if I was playing a 1-disc round right now, I would absolutely grab this one.
Do you feel like your forehand's gotten more developed since your injury?
I think that I'm like misunderstood as a backhand only player. I do throw sidearms when I feel like it calls for it.
It feels like even more lately though is the only reason.
Yeah, I think with the injury, there was a period of time where I wasn't allowed to transfer weight. So I was throwing only sidearms. So like for that month, I was only throwing sidearms. So like really what I got better at, like I had one shot in my bag that was sidearm. Like I had a 280 foot hyzer release that was going to skip. And now I didn't really get that much more distance on my sidearm, but I have more angles now. Now I can throw it flat. Now I can throw a little bit of turn.
You got the variety.
Like, yeah, I figured out kind of wrist with my injury more.
Yeah, that's like, all it really is the wrist. The elbow move, the throw is about the same.
Yeah. So now I feel like this next bit is like getting more distance on it. But what you got?
Yeah, I got my signature disc from this year. It's a Special Blend Spectrum A5. Little bit of concave feel to this one. It's very stiff as well. It came to me a little understable, which I like. I can throw this on the forehands and the backhands, and it'll actually flip up immediately out of the bag. It's like a straighter zone, or a straighter Toro. I guess this isn't a super stable approach disc, but it is like super torque resistant. So I use it for all kinds of upshots. It's like my favorite upshot disc.
Cool.
You know?
I like those beat-in. Like for me, I throw a beat-in zone.
Yeah.
Where it's not just gonna like hardcore go over, and it's just like
still flies.
Yeah.
And I love
to finish. Yeah.
Play that pure angle with the hyzer. It flips up slightly, but skips straight.
Yeah.
You know those discs that they get that little straight finish.
Man, I'm excited for Jonesboro. We're gonna get some like actual skips. Like it's been a few weeks. I feel like since we've had some like good skipping conditions. I guess Houston for you guys. You all played Houston. That was good skips.
It was also kind of lush though.
Was it?
Yeah. Okay. It looked nice,
but like open at Austin and Waco, I feel like the ground was pretty like mulchy, and even US Women's like.
Oh yeah, dude.
We weren't getting much ground play. That was an idea for a podcast name too. Ground play. Remember?
Yeah.
We thought about that.
We're gonna turn it into one of our segments. Because the ground play, it can be positive, it can be negative. Lots of times you can't plan on it, but that's like life. Yeah. It just gives you that bad roll sometimes. Yeah. How are you going to?
Off the koozie. Oh,
how are you gonna
those brutal kicks off the koozie.
Yeah. James Conrad's water bottle shot from Memorial
back in the day. Oh my gosh. You know the game, you guys gamers?
What kind of game?
Not like really. Board game kind of stuff?
No, not really.
Really?
I play Battleship.
Never mind, I'll talk about it later.
No.
What?
I'll play Catan.
That's G.
I played a bunch of board games. I play when someone else brings it out. I don't bring it out.
You're not a collector?
No.
He's got enough stuff in his van.
Many rocks.
We couldn't fit the saw this year, unfortunately.
No. Oh yeah, you have your rock hounding
We do have our lapidary equipment.
Yeah.
Which we should bust out because we now have pounds and pounds of rocks. This is one of our favorite places to rock hound of the entire year. Jonesboro gives us access to Crowley Ridge agates. Like 5 miles from the course or less.
Less even, right?
Just any old rock pit, really.
Literally any old rock pit. You could find these wonderfully banded, super intricate agates that are classified as a lace agate, technically, I think.
I think so,
yeah. But we've all got pounds of them now and love making stuff out of them.
Yeah, pretty plentiful. Pretty easy to find.
Yeah, I thought I was...
I mean, I guess you have to look closely, but like it's not like it's hard to find them.
Yeah. I saw the one you found in the tree.
Yeah, on the root.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I just walked by. I was just sitting there. I was like, really?
Did you see that video of his agate that we found?
Which one?
Yesterday.
It was like in a tree coming off of the root.
That's kind of sick.
You have to see
I'll show it to you.
Luke took me today, and like, I don't know, I'm kind of immature. I've been like 3 or 4 times.
Oh my gosh.
It was sitting in the tree
I
root.
thought, I hope I find one.
Pretty decent size agate.
It was
found
a
like
monster.
15.
Yeah. If you're just willing to look.
It was the only rock.
Once you figure out what the patterns are that you're looking for, it's not too bad. You're just walking around.
Yeah.
Are those big ones like that good to cut?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I got some big ones.
Those are the type we definitely need to cut.
Did you see the back patio? How many they had out there?
That's just me.
That's just you.
Yeah, of course.
That's not even Angie. I mean, the GK guys will come with us a little bit, but
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find like time to, or not time, but like spots to take your trash out, to do your laundry,
oh yeah,
to like if something's going wrong with the van, like to actually like work on the van.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
A lot of sketch.
yeah. You got to make time for it. Like I'm overdue on an oil change right now. I'm like,
Same.
how am I gonna?
Oil change is not bad because you can do those 10-minute in and outs.
Those are clutch these days.
Or here's my trick: you go to Walmart, they do the auto center. You leave your van in the auto center while you're like getting whatever you need in Walmart.
You think they do RVs?
Big brain.
Ooh, your RV? I don't know.
Yeah,
they do have
Yes,
the high volts.
The
Though.
Mertsch mobile needs some love right now.
Yeah, they
What
don't
else?
do brakes, but they do tires and oil.
We took the Mertsch mobile into the wild last
Yeah,
year.
we did, dude.
Yeah, we did.
She trooped it.
Off road. We were going to the fire agate spot over in
Oh,
Arizona,
dang.
Round
Yeah.
Mountain.
I'm like going over these ditches and stuff. My thing's starting to shake. I'm thinking I'm gonna tip. Jim's looking at me from the dash, like, what the fuck's going on, dude?
Dude, we were out there too. We stayed that night in like the middle of
It
nowhere.
was cold.
Freezing. It was so freezing. And it
Cool.
was so windy.
You
The
guys
whole
left
van was
Toby
rocking.
in my shit.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
How you stayed the
He
night.
was so good. He was
He
so
slept
good.
over?
Yeah.
Just leave
He
Hoagie
didn't want to
places.
leave. He was just too.
I tried to
comfy.
make some pasta that night too. It was absolute just trash.
That was a fun time though.
Yeah.
Let's go
I
back.
remember that pasta.
It was Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Nico was trying to get back with me and stuff too on Valentine's Day. And then now look at us.
What's going on?
Well, I guess we're back together.
Yeah, you told me that you weren't gonna let that happen.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just his eyes.
Yeah,
He's pretty. We get along well.
yeah.
We do get along well.
Yeah.
We're
You
good
guys-
mates.
You
Yeah.
are good mates. Travel partners.
He's got passion, you know.
You both
Absolutely.
do.
Yeah.
Both our
And when
Mars
he's
are
talking to you,
Aries.
he like means it, and he's like,
Yeah.
there.
I think I'm
I like that
straightening
about
him
him.
out.
Yeah,
You definitely are.
but he's not straightening you out.
Absolutely
No.
not. I told him, I'm like, listen, you can come back, but I got to be in my RV alone for a while. Like, you just got to go for a couple hours. And he's
Yeah.
like, but I want to come hang
I
out.
think this is what Nico needed: a lady to tell him what to do and
Yeah.
get him in shape.
Poor bastard, man.
We may or
Bless.
may not use any of this.
What is
but
it, Hogan?
It feels nice.
Do something, boy. He's over there breathing.
That's for the editor to figure out.
Or cats.
You
Oh,
have-
I'm good. I'm
Anything.
raw.
Yeah, I like it.
Where did you get the other cat though? You snagged
Dollar
it.
General.
You snagged the second up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it
just-
$1?
Yeah, was it?
Good
No,
price,
Dollar General
actually.
is not actually
It's
a
not
dollar.
anymore.
That's Dollar Tree. That's
That's
a
right.
misconception.
It
Yeah.
is.
Dollar Tree is the only one that's actually a
Dollar
dollar.
It's like the
General's
dollar
like
menu.
step
Yeah.
above.
That
Like
thing ain't
what?
a buck anymore.
Yeah.
They used to have junior bacon cheeseburgers for
Yeah.
$1. Those are like $3.99 now.
Wait, at Wendy's? Are you talking about
yeah,
Junior
well,
Bacon?
yeah.
Man, Wendy's burgers aren't like hitting. Where's your go-to? Oh, you're
Sorry.
like the pizza man, right?
What is it?
I
Why?
mean-
Why are all your logos like pizza? Because you like pizza that much?
No, I don't necessarily like. I do like pizza, but I don't like it that much. It just stuck from. There's like this video of.
You put the pizza in the oven.
Yeah,
boy.
it's like
Okay.
it's a little game show or something. I don't remember what disc golfer it is, but there's literally like this little pizza frisbee, and they throw it into this little microwave oven across this.
balconies.
Yeah,
right?
across the
Okay.
balcony into an
Okay,
apartment
I've seen
complex,
it.
and like I just always thought about that when I was putting. So
Okay.
I used to say when I was putting, put the pizza in the oven.
I
And it just
remember
stuck.
that, but I thought you also just happen to love pizza, and I was going to ask you.
Not
like,
as much as it might
the
seem.
perception.
Yeah, as the perception.
so you don't have like recommendations on like pizza stops at every
No, I don't have pizza stops at
Okay.
every tour
Do you
stop.
put pineapple on your pizzas?
No.
Yeah,
Mushrooms?
Yeah, I'll put mushrooms on the pizza.
Really?
I like mushrooms, but on my pizza, I feel like it's like they're never cooked the way I want them to
Yeah.
be cooked
I need
I
a
like,
little
like,
bit of
the-
chest hair to know that it's authentically cooked.
in the pizza.
Yeah.
See, I prefer no hair.
Lame. That's a
But I do
floss
like
right
the meat,
there.
but I do like the meat on there. You know, but no hair.
Mhm.
Like meat lovers,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
pepperoni.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a classic pepperoni kind of guy. I feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It gets a little greasy.
Yeah.
Because
It do.
It do.
It
do
do.
be.
Yeah.
I like the white pizzas myself.
White pizza.
If you go just like chicken, olives,
I,
maybe some onions on that
Ooh.
Alfredo sauce,
you got me there.
banging.
Buffalo
you lost me
chicken
at the.
pizza, bro.
Oh, I do like that.
What about the barbecue sauce base?
Wow, now
Enough.
are we hungry? Should we order pizza?
I worked at Gambino's in Kansas back in the day when I was going to Kansas State in Manhattan. And it was just like, oh man, my love of pizza began there. I ate pizza every day for a year.
Did you?
Yeah, I had like some internal problems.
I remember we used to order pizzas from, I want to say Domino's. Like we would get a thin crust with like jalapeno and pepperoni. Remember when we lived at that spot in
Rockwall? Yeah.
Late night pizza, playing Catan.
Fire. Yep.
Yeah.
When Nick Hyde was
Luke
in
would have a
town.
gallon of milk.
That's
Did you get a
crazy.
gallon over
I
there?
just have the International Delight iced coffee going on right now. This is like really, really a good option.
You know,
if you don't have
8
time to
p.m.
make the
iced coffee.
you know,
8 p.m. We did want a segment too of like, what's your favorite snack you've been snacking on right now?
Sunflower seeds.
Sunflower seeds.
which flavor?
Or original and dill pickle.
Dill pickle.
Is so good.
Oh,
Actually, I had to get 2 extractions, like my last 2 teeth. Actually, so I didn't have to get my wisdom teeth removed.
Oh, they're not
but-
wisdom teeth?
No, but like I was in high school, I used to just pound sunflower seeds and just keep them in the back. And my back 2 teeth on the top, like rotted out. Sunflower seeds, so I don't eat them anymore.
I think it's because
Good to know.
you crack them back there too.
I think it's because I was just letting them sit back there and all
Store.
that salt and
yeah, just
Yeah.
kind of
stuff.
deteriorated the
But
enamel.
luckily, when I got those extracted, my wisdom teeth grew into those holes,
Good.
so I didn't have to get them removed.
No way.
That's great.
Yeah. It
They
was
say
kind of
that
good and bad, you know.
If we would
I-
actually
yeah.
eat meat and stuff, we wouldn't have to get our wisdom teeth extracted. Like we're not using our mouths properly.
You think?
Wow.
We weren't born with extra teeth. We're just like not eating what we're supposed to be eating. Like using our jaws correctly. They're not strong enough or big enough to have all those teeth because we're like drinking smoothies. And
You think we have room for all those teeth?
I don't think we were born with extra stuff.
Like that we have?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely
What do you
could have
think,
went
Kevin?
without getting them
I don't
removed.
know, I think-
I didn't
It's a
like
hot
it.
take.
Probably depends. I think some people's mouths are definitely tiny and they might not have.
What is
room,
it,
but-
Hoagie?
Yeah.
You and Nico have 2 parking lot pets.
Yeah.
No, 3. What?
Parking lot pets.
Oh,
like-
because Jim's the only one that goes outside, or what?
Oh, Quartz goes outside too.
Okay.
no, we're
Quartz.
just talking about like found in a parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
that you found in a parking lot.
Yeah, just Quartz was
On
found
tour.
in a parking lot. Jim, he was found in a hole in the ground by Galen in Emporia. And
Jim came from Emporia?
Yeah,
Jim's
dude.
a Kansas cat?
He's a Kansas
I knew I
kitty.
liked Jim.
He's cool, man.
He's got good vibes. That's the only cat that I know that'll just walk around the parking lot
And come
off
home.
leash and then come home.
He'll be on top of like, I'll see him on top of a Corolla.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know whose car
Up in
it
a
is.
tree.
Yeah.
He's got the little GPS finder on your phone so you
Yeah.
can just like track him down.
Yeah.
It's genius. Jim's the man.
Yeah, he's the best parking lot cat out there on
Yeah.
tour.
For sure. For
I
sure.
love tracking him down, picking him up, hanging out with him for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
He's just like
great.
laying in the road.
Mhm.
He's the best.
You got a good one.
Big time. I'm very grateful.
Does he like it when you sing to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes it when I like hold him and nudge on his head and stuff. But he'll lick me at night. Like he'll just keep licking my face and he'll curl
While
up
you're trying to sleep?
right here. Yeah. He sleeps like basically on my head if he's not mad at me. Some days he's mad at me because he's the way that he is.
Yeah.
That sandpaper cat tongue.
Oh my God.
Awful.
Nothing like it.
Did you know that the texture of their tongue is the same texture of their penis?
I did not.
Yeah.
I
So
Don't
when-
know why I would know that one.
I learned it from Animal Planet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So when they like
I'm trying to
go
catch your
in
insult.
to the female cat, they hook into her
Right.
and it's like painful.
Whoa,
That's
and
why
it,
they
like,
always
keeps-
scream. Yeah, so they can't get away. So they're basically raping the females.
Well, but she probably wants to have offspring,
Maybe.
but it
Have you ever
hurts.
seen
It's like a
cats?
painful process though.
Kind of.
Well, every female in nature is thinking about continuing their lineage
Yeah,
or whatever.
naturally.
But the act of it just
Yeah.
is painful.
It's painful and sometimes unwanted. I had a cat named Mufasa. And Mufasa had a bobtail and she was unfixed. And she was always pregnant. And it was always just because the male cats were grabbing a hold of her, biting the back of the neck and just sticking her there and hooking it.
Wow. Nice.
We come into Airbnbs and we just create chaos in
Yeah.
the neighborhood.
Yeah.
With pets walking around.
Yeah.
And
But there's no gate. There's no gate.
there's also not even a fence in
Yeah,
the
or yeah,
yard
fence, yeah.
specifically, but we do have 5 vans parked out
Yeah,
front.
only
You know?
for a minute.
It'll
We'll
go
go
Eventually.
deep.
What are you gonna do about it?
If you don't
Yeah.
like it,
Call the cops.
we've definitely been kicked out of B&Bs.
Yeah. It
Quite
happens.
a few.
They're lost.
What's up, Angie?
We have to keep using different accounts.
A lady outside who was like looking at all the license plates on the vans parked.
You want me to go handle it?
No, I didn't talk to her.
As we were talking about it.
All right, let's wrap up then.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been good.
Yeah.
We got to go handle a little van situation. This
Kat,
is.
one thing I did want to know though first is what song can you not get out of your head right now?
Oh my gosh.
We need to
Probably
hear a little.
Phantom of the Opera, Music of the Night. You know?
I don't.
What?
I'm not a musical kind of.
Don't play with me.
I really don't, but I'll watch it because of your recommendation.
It's beautiful. It's just basically about this guy who was saved from like a circus because he had deformities in his face, and he was kept in the bottom of this opera house. And then this chick's dad died, and he basically started grooming her from a young age. And then she grew up and started singing and stuff, and he had some like possession over her. And
Wow.
another guy comes in and is like, Christine, I love you. And the Phantom is like, no, she doesn't. And he kidnaps her.
Have you seen it?
And he lets her
No.
go because he loves her
It's
so
been a
much.
minute, but I've seen it. I didn't
I
remember
haven't
the
watched
storyline being
musicals.
like that.
I was just really just hoping
It's
to
so
get you to
cute.
sing a little tune, a little diddle. Remember that float we went on? There was like
I want to do another one of those.
there was like 30 of us.
There was so
and I had that fried chicken. You were like, "Did I just hear fried chicken?" And you swam over to me. And you were like, "Give me that fried chicken." And then you were singing. What was that song?
Bing, bing, bing.
I'll remember it, but I'll always hear you.
La,
Yes,
la, 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 la. And after 9 days, I let the horse run free, 'cause the desert had turned to sea. All the plants and birds and rocks and things, and the sand and hills and wings. Yeah, dude.
Hell
I love
yeah.
that song.
I'll never forget that moment. Just you, just like at peace, laying in the river, eating fried chicken.
I remember Kyle
Singing it.
swimming the whole float.
Kyle Klein was
He
there.
swam the whole float. He
I
didn't care.
forgot about that. Why was he just swimming? And then he chased down that jet ski.
Yeah. He's apparently like a really, really, really good swimmer. I think we should take him to the Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should go on a float. Calvin, you've been floating.
Let's go on Monday.
When's your last float? You have your boat with you?
I have a
Yeah,
couple
skins
inflatable
match.
kayaks,
Oh,
a couple
booger.
small ones.
You should
Multiple
come.
with you.
Yeah, they're
Awesome.
they're tiny little.
Bud Hill?
I don't know.
In
They're only like
Memphis?
maybe
Yeah.
7 foot long,
God.
but,
Okay.
It's
but
gonna
they were good enough to get out on the
Two-seaters?
water. No, they're both
Man.
1-seaters,
Okay.
two
Oh
1-seaters.
my
You got plans to get out soon?
That
I
might
don't
be
have
the
any
move.
plans. Always
It is.
always
We got
down to
B&B
though.
that's
After
age
here,
15
we
you can
head
park up at.
south. After here we go to, oh no,
Nashville.
Music
Nashville.
City.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nashville.
Yeah,
The
there's
Harper-
definitely. Yeah,
We got
that's fun.
this
Been on that one a few
sick
times.
skins match that you guys should just come to. It's at
I
Yeah,
don't
but-
mind.
Okay,
It's
if
on
you
the way.
come on the float, on the Harpeth.
When is
Where?
Nashville next week.
When? Day? Time?
One day, time. We'll
I'm-
text
To
it.
be determined.
that? It's happening.
Yeah,
All right,
we'll
we got
text
you.
vans to
You got my
move.
We
got
have
plans.
old ladies to scream at.
This has been episode 2 of the All Air podcast. Thank you for being here with us. We'll see you guys again soon with some new stuff.
And we are not set on like every Tuesday, every Wednesday. So make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell because we don't know when the next episode will be. So you guys definitely won't know. So hit that thing. We'll see you when we see you.
That's right. Dude, Hogan, pick a side.
Nailed it.